Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Follow a Sketch February. Now this is today's sketch for February 10th. I think this layout is going to come together super quick. I'm going to be using my Punta Cana album and I'm totally using tickets right here. Totally using them. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to go ahead and use that pre-printed, pre-layered paper that I had showed you guys a couple of videos ago. I don't remember exactly which video it was, but I figured that this sketch kind of lends itself to this paper. So I am taking the photos of Christopher and I on the airplane. So this is when we were flying to Punta Cana because I am in a sweater because it was chilly when we were flying out. So, of course, back then when we went on this trip, we had to wear masks. So we have the photo of us wearing the masks, and then, of course, we were naughty and pulled our masks down so that we could take the photo. You know, that's just how things go sometimes. So I have this gold and vellum paper here. And this is paper that I've also used recently in a video. I don't remember which layout it was. I don't remember if it was a Punta Cana layout or not. Sometimes when you scrapbook every day and you make a layout every day, they kind of blend together, which is fine. Nobody expects you to remember every single detail about your layout and when you made it, where you made it, what you were wearing, what were you drinking. Like, nobody cares, really. So I don't even know why I'm telling you this. So I will shut up about that. Now, I am going through my die cuts here because I'm definitely putting tickets across the bottom. And then I saw this airplane and I thought that it needed to happen because it is a good color match for everything that is going on in this layout. So I'm just finding little pieces. Some of this is from that Maggie Holmes travel collection that I absolutely had to have. And I actually did not end up buying everything. I bought the chipboard, the die cuts, and the 6x8 paper pad from that collection because I figured that would give me enough to mix in with my other things that I already have. So I love scrapbooking airplanes and flights. It's just one of the things that I like to spend time on. And, you know, that's why I had to have some of those products. So these tickets are from 49 and Market. And I have pulled out some of the things that I feel will go on this layout. Now, I decided that I'm going to alternate the tickets from the pink and the green. And I do struggle with where in the heck I'm going to end up putting the airplane. Ultimately, it ends up over top of the kind of ticket stretch across the page. And I am completely happy with how it turned out. So the Punta Cana album, you guys, has a color scheme throughout, right? So it's got these pinks and the corals and the teals and the aquas and all of those things that go on. Now, if you look closely at this Simple Stories paper, there are ships in the background, in the very background, made out of white. So it's like ships and maps. And obviously we're on a plane, but I'm not too terribly concerned that the way background has ships on it. I'm just not. One of the reasons why I'm not concerned is because I just don't care that much. And second of all, if you needed a better reason than that, the resort that we went to in the Dominican Republic actually had a ship like on the resort, and it would be a place that you could go stand around, have a drink, have a fun time. Like it wasn't a ship that they actually took out to the sea, but it was there on the resort. So makes sense to me. And that's, you know, that's what matters. So now I am going to figure out how to get a cluster going over here at the end of my tickets. And I am using one that says you are one of a kind, and I also have a chipboard that says best friends, because fun fact, my husband is my best friend. So now I've just got to figure out where I want these things. As you can see, the airplane goes all over the page, the top, the bottom. I think the only place it doesn't go is on the left-hand side, but it flies around everywhere before I finally decide where it is actually going to live. So I have these two labels, and one is a light teal and one is a dark teal, or a pool color or an aqua color, or whatever you like to call that color. And I'm going to layer them up just to give a little bit more interest over on this left-hand side of the page. So it's not adding a whole lot of texture. It's not adding a whole lot of dimension, but what it is doing is adding extra color pops. And you will notice in your own albums, in your own scrapbooking, those tiny little touches and those tiny little details are what make your layout, right? Like that's what takes it from a great layout to a grand layout, are those tiny little touches. So I am going to add a couple circles over here. This one says with you, because obviously, you know, we are here together. And then I am just going to go ahead and get these things actually stuck down. And again, that plane comes up and moves around, and this is where it finally lives and lands, and where it's going to spend the rest of its days. Right there. I thought about popping it up, but I didn't want anything too much popping off this page. I've got the chipboard layered up, and that's giving me a little bit of dimension, and I felt like I really didn't need any more of that. Now I do pull out some other chipboard just to see if there was something I wanted to add. Ultimately, I don't, because the pinks aren't exactly right. Now I did put on this chipboard Paradise in green, but that comes off because instead of putting that chipboard up there, I decided to do a little slash of washi tape. I think that the washi tape and its placement behind that label just looks better than the chipboard that's right here. Like it feels a little awkward. I do pull out these Simple Stories clear stickers, and I'm going to place them around the layout. So I'm putting some on the tickets, I'm putting some on the vellum, and then I double up the hearts down here and place them there as well. Now I did end up tearing something right there, so I had to cover it up. But the thing that the thing that was torn is actually on the sticker sheet still, and I'm not going to place that down on the layout. It'll be saved for another day. So I'm putting arrows and hearts and just little bits of fun things, and what that is going to do is allow me those little extra touches that I was talking about earlier, where it takes your layout from great to grand, right? It's just those little extra bits. Now, this little compass that is over there actually ends up getting almost fully covered up by this doily, but you can still see it, and I think it is fine. I just felt that real life and going places needed something a little bit more grand behind it than that pre-printed paper. Like there wasn't enough weight there. It felt like it would kind of just flop off the page, and I didn't need that in my life. Nobody wants their layouts to just kind of flip flop and get off the page. Like that doesn't sound like a fun time, you guys, at all. So I'm just going to make sure that I have plenty of adhesive on here to make sure that everything actually stays stuck down to the page, because nobody needs their layouts falling apart. That would be a travesty. A travesty. That's a travesty and a tragedy all wrapped up into one. So this is where I put that washi tape, and I futz around with it for a good little bit. I'm not really entirely sure what I'm doing at this point. All I know is that I really do like that little pop of gold that is up there. And then once that is done, you guys, this is going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. Please answer the membership questions. You have to answer the membership single question to actually get in, and I've had to deny people because they've been sitting in there for a week and just haven't answered the question. Anyway, answer the question, join the group, check out the sketches, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.